Hello. Thanks for dropping in. I have been to the basement. I have. And in the basement, well, there's things, you know. Anyway, I did find a Commodore 64. The top is separated from the bottom. Very few chips and sockets. No notes. I may have checked this out. I probably already did, but did not mark it or otherwise put any sort of indication on it whether it works or not. So let's have a look-see. Oh yeah. So here we have a Commodore 64. And indeed it was not attached at all. It was just there. So as I look at it, I don't see any obvious signs of scavenging. Where is my power cord? There we go. Alright, so we have our power. We do. And we have our video. The power, of course, is being supplied by a Commodore 64 power supply, but not a regular one. It is one that came with a 1764 RAM expander. So, monitor is on, everything is ready. Hit the power. Ooh. Well, that's different. Let's just pause for a moment and see if the display changes or does anything else of significance. Let's try that again. See what we find. Oop. Well, yes, that is interesting. I'm just touching all of the RAM chips and other support chips to see if anything in this short time is remarkably hot. Well, that's funny. Because there is one chip that is indeed feeling extra warm. And it is the SID chip. Do I really think the SID chip could cause this sort of awfulness on the screen? No, I really don't think so. Oh dear. I bent a pin. This SID chip does seem to be putting up a fight. It is socketed. Of course, I wouldn't be trying this elsewhere. But it's been in there a long time and it didn't want to come out. But I can tweak the pins back in place. So I think I broke a nail. The pins are pretty resilient on these chips, but you know, if you bend them too many times, they'll come off. Not that there aren't ways to see about that. Let's see if that, this should make no difference at all. No. Not a vast difference. But a bit of a difference. Let's try that again. Well, considering all things here today, I am not so sure that we are going to find any great resolution, no pun intended, to this machine. Let me check my good bucket here. I think I had a video chip handy. Let me just check. No. No avalanches. Stop that. Stop that. Okay. Oh, down here. Oh, down there. Well, let's see what this machine says. Out of memory. Okay. We will steal this video chip and give it a try. Do I think it's going to make any difference? No, I don't. But you just never know. So we check the pins, make sure that everything seems to be all lined up just so this is not happening. I hate having to unplug things, but sometimes it's just easier to get a good view of the chip and the pins and everything when you pick up the machine and have a look-see. This too, it went in. It was giving a bit of a fight. Remember, these sockets are now 40, well, maybe not all 40 years old, but getting towards 40 years old. Let's see if this makes any difference at all. No, not really. I did not suspect it would. I did not. And as this machine has very few chips that are socketed, not none, but very few, I mean, we can check the ones that are quite easily. There we go. And that may not be a bad idea, because who knows, it could be a ROM chip, because that's the only other two chips we have to try here. Alright, put your chip back in, that's the same. Alright, we will try a ROM chip. By the way, I have left the SID chip out intentionally, because it was getting hot. Does this mean it's bad? Not necessarily. Not at all. but the machine does not need it to run. So, in case anything to do with it is causing anything at all, I'll just not put it back in. No, oh, that was cute. Haste makes waste. I just pulled out the wrong round chip. See, a lot of these, they're covered. They've got that white goop on them, which is not necessarily a bad thing. There we go. Just snagged the wrong one. Ooh. My fingers will soon be slimy. There's a lot of dust on this too. Anyway, do I think that this is going to be the cure? I do not. What do we find? It is not. Alright. One more ROM chip to check. And then this one will end up waiting for intensive care, which means, of course, the removal of some chips and some sockets, not sockets, the installation of sockets, the removal of chips. Am I worried that it's totally dead? No, not really. Right, the ROM is back in. The power is off. The ROM is out. Dust, filth, slime, grime. The ROM is in. It will make no difference. Although some things vanished a little bit, but no, it will make no difference. Well, nothing of significance in that. The screen changed ever so slightly moments after it was turned on. I do not see that as a vast change that would indicate that that ROM is bad. Now, of course, the best thing I could do would be to check the chips in another machine. Here we go. And at some point, I suspect I will, but at this moment, I'll just be some satisfied with what I have done. Now, another thing to try, just for fun, and I will put, yes, I broke a nail. I broke a nail. I'm going to wiggle this SID chip back in. The bent pin pesters me. It's funny how they get bent just a little out of shape, and you tweak, and it's like it's still not quite there. Anyway, I think I have it lined up. Good. What I will do, for fun and excitement, is I will put in Choplifter and see what Choplifter has to say. Ew. Yeah. Nothing really. Well, so be it. This one is not going to work today. Alright. Oh. Accidentally flipped the power switch while I was going to take the power out. So the power is out. It is. Oh. strange display. Full garbage. Swapped. Chips. No difference. And this is January 2022. All right. Made in the USA. And somewhere, there we are, we have tape to tape it down. Now, the keyboard is not attached. I wonder, I have a problem in this assortment of things, and screws have, oh, you know what, the top, this doesn't even fit. It does not, so I will not try to force it. The fingers are completely different. So I'm going to set this, and that's over here. The keyboard is not tested. Oh well. Sometimes you just gotta run something to triage, see what's what, set it aside, move on to the next. Anyway, I could say much more, but I've really got nothing much to say. Except, I've had this cough. It pesters me. So I started taking this cough medicine, but boy, it makes me tired. So, enough for today. Thank you for being here. I will continue to tinker and putter. And I really do want to get to the very old pets that I have very soon. I do. So stay tuned. Thanks for all your comments. I read them all. Pretty much respond to them all. Until we meet again. Bye for now.